welcome to my channel. My name is Jade and I help people take back their innate power mentally, spiritually and physically. Now, today is a video about the pill and why all women need to be extremely cautious when taking this pill, and why, in my opinion, I think no one should be on the pill whatsoever, as it is extremely toxic for the body and can cause horrific health problems and really bad issues for women later on in their life. Now, I was unfortunately put on the pill at a very young age of 15 years old. I was on 3 different types of pills, but I was mainly on the Yasmin pill to help my skin issues for probably a good 9 years. So that was a very long time. And needless to say, it caused really bad side effects. It did clear up my skin. However, it always comes at a cost, because the problem with the pill is it is manipulating your natural hormones, and that is not to be taken lightly, because what this does is it completely throws off your whole body's balance, because you're putting synthetic things and substances into your body, especially estrogen. So mainly the pill is made of synthetic estrogen, which causes horrific health problems. And this can be as serious as heart disease, stroke, blood clots, cancers, especially breast cancer and cervical cancer. But it can also be less common known symptoms such as depression, anxiety, fatigue, even tooth decay and your gums receding, low stomach acids, which then can cause nutrient deficiencies. It can then later lead on to IBS, and that can lead on to SIBO, which I developed, and then that can lead into a whole other catalyst of health problems. So it's a really vicious circle, and it has a very bad domino effect on your health, because it will cause one thing and then that thing will then cause several other things, and then if you don't address that, then that will cause other things. So it's a mess. It completely just destroys your body, and then that in turn destroys your mental health. It can cause fatigue. It can cause a low sex drive. I completely lost my sex drive when I was on the pill years ago. It can cause a whole host of awful things. Blood clots. I have physical proof of it thickening my blood so much, because unfortunately I stupidly went on the pill again after being off it for 6 years. I stupidly went on it again in the beginning of January of this year, 2020. And I was on the pill for a good 6 or 7 months. And during that time, my blood thickened so much, because I was doing a blood test, home blood tests from a kit called Thriver, and they're not sponsors, by the way, I just think they're cool, but they basically send you a kit every 3 months to track, because I became anemic because I developed SIBO, which is a gut condition, and that in turn causes nutrient deficiencies, which the pill also does, because it depletes you of B12, B6, folate, zinc. And this in turn again causes a catalyst and domino effect of other issues, because then that can lead to zinc deficiency, can lead to copper being toxicity in your body, and then that causes loads of issues. So with me, what I noticed after a few months of being on the pill again, which is the Yasmin pill, because I desperately went on it to restore my blood, my iron, because of my SIBO. It was basically causing iron to be deficient within my body, because I wasn't absorbing any. So to retain some of my iron levels, I went on the pill, as I knew it would make my periods a lot lighter, and that did work. However, it caused really bad side effects such as migraines. Every time I'd go on my periods, I would be horrifically ill for like a whole week with my head. And it was just not worth it. But then, you know, I thought, oh, I'll grim and bear it. However, once I'd done more research into it, and once I done a blood test again, I couldn't even get blood out of my finger. My blood had thickened that much. And before, when I'd done the blood test 3 months prior, my blood was like water thin. It was just piss out my finger, because you do a little, you know, it has one of those pop-it needle things. So you'd poke it on your fingertip. But my blood had thickened dramatically. And when I did get tested, it shows that my cholesterol, because it heightens your cholesterol, the pill, it heightens my cholesterol like so much. It was too high. I had high cholesterol, and I'm a vegan, for Christ's sake. So I don't even eat cholesterol. That's how much of an impact it had on my body. And despite that as well, it also made me gain weight. I put on a whole stone. It caused inflammation. My blood test shows that it caused inflammation in my body. Also cellulite. I didn't have cellulite on my thighs, and suddenly I have cellulite on my thighs. I had a few, you know, little ones, but it got like suddenly, you know, tripled. Of course, this is linked to the weight gain and the inflammation, because cellulite is basically toxin stuck underneath your skin, and it clumps into the fat. So it is just so bad for you physically, and it's just shocking how this is even allowed. And I'm so angry at the healthcare system and the GPs, you know, within the UK and the world, for allowing such a toxic drug to be, you know, administrated to millions and millions of women. Because it destroys you. If you're on the pill, please get off it, because it is not good for you. It is not worth it. And the pill was created again by men, okay? Men in the 1950s, I think, or 60s. This is when it first came out. And back then, the levels of the estrogen were dramatically higher than what they make them to be now. So the poor women back then had even worse, dire side effects. And no one believed them. They were just shunned out the doctor's office. You know, women would go there who were fine before the pill, and then after the pill having mental breakdowns from the severe depression and damage it was causing to their brains and their moods. And it causes your hormones to become imbalanced, because your body will stop producing natural estrogen, because it's been giving such a high amount of synthetic estrogen constantly. And your body should not have that much estrogen. So these poor women suffered horrifically, and no one gave a shit. No one listens to them. And even to this day, so many women complain about the effects of the pill, and no one seems to listen. No one seems to take it seriously. Many breast cancers and severe conditions like PCOS, like fibroids, like, you know, even severe PMS and endometriosis. These things are caused by the pill as well. And if you go on the pill to sort of, you know, mask these symptoms because you already have these symptoms, and you think that the pill is helping you, it's not. The pill is only masking that condition, because as soon as you go off the pill, that condition will be 10 times worse. But it doesn't mean that the pill is protecting you. It doesn't mean that the pill is a cure. It's actually suppressing it. Which means, because when you have these symptoms, remember, when your body gives you acne, when your body gives you a condition like PCOS or bad PMS, it is telling you something. Whenever you develop a health condition or some sort of pain, that is your body's way of giving you messages. It's how your subconscious communicates to you. It is saying to you, look, something's not right. You are either, you know, you need to address this, because this is now being caused by whatever. And remember, emotions can cause physical illness. High amounts of stress, especially, because that lowers your immune system by 80% if you're chronically stressed. So that can make you sick. Even having a broken heart can kill people. And all of this has been proven to be true. Look at the placebo effect. You know, just like the placebo effect, there was a nocebo effect. So even your thoughts, if you keep, you know, if you're a hypochondriac and you keep worrying about your health, you'll manifest getting sick. If you keep saying, you know, bad things about your body, you'll manifest it as well. So there's so many things to address and really honestly look at. But taking the pill is the worst thing that you could do to try and, you know, heal or cope with, you know, PCOS, acne, all these other conditions that women have. I really, really strongly recommend checking out Medical Medium if you do have any of these issues. That it is because his information has massively helped me. I really do believe that he is legit in what he says, and out of all the people and healers and diets that I have tried and seen, his advice seems to be sound. His just the way, how many millions of people he's actually helped, the amount of testimonies. The amount of testimonies he has is astounding. Just go check out his Instagram. There's so many on there. And he has over 2 million followers. His books are incredible. But he himself says how the pill is extremely toxic. It's extremely toxic to your liver, because your liver is mainly the thing that, you know, causes so many diseases and conditions. Because if your liver is sick, if your liver can't detoxify toxins and the amount of shits that you're putting in your body, then you will gain weight. You will manifest so many health issues, and also things like bacterial infections like streptococcus, also things like strep and the Epstein-Barr virus he talks about are responsible for so many things. Heavy metals in your body cause so many things. So you really need to clean up your diet. You really need to get into self-care, self-love. Don't go run into the pill, because the pill will destroy you. You will have to pay for it later down the line, like I did. I severely regret going on the pill as a teenager, and I severely regret going on the pill when, you know, a few months back. I've now been off the pill for 2 months and I'm already feeling so much better. My migraines have gone. I barely, you know, even my cramps aren't as bad, which is interesting because years ago when I was a teenager, you know, my cramps and stuff got better when I was on the pill. But I had a terrible diet back then. So it's just proven to me that fixing your diet does work wonders. It's the only way to heal your body. It's through the foods that you're eating. It's through, you know, your thoughts. It's through all of that. So you have to be really aware of these things and take it deadly seriously, because if you don't, it could blow up in your face. And years down the line, you might get smacked in the face with cancer or stroke or heart disease or something really serious that is life-threatening. The pill is basically poison, okay? It's killing you slowly. And if you want to go on a deeper spiritual meaning, the pill blocks off your intuition, because as women we are so connected to our cycles, we're so connected to the moon, to the earth, and if you are not having a natural cycle, then you're not connected, you're not in tune to the earth's vibrations, you're not in tune to the moon. And you know, most women who do have a healthy body, who are in tune and in balance, you will normally sync up your periods to the full moon, or you will normally sync up your periods to a new moon, because it's the natural way of the universe. It's how we're created. It's how women are supposed to be. So this is a gift. Your period is not supposed to be hell. Your periods are supposed to be powerful and a really spiritual time. A woman is at her most spiritual when she is on her period. Even your menstrual blood is super powerful. It's super sacred. Even like in ancient China, the warriors and the emperors would actually drink the menstrual blood of their concubines and their empresses, etc., because it gave them super strength. This is ancient secrets that have been deliberately hidden from women, and you've been brainwashed to think that your periods are just a nuisance, disgusting and shit, when it's not. You get so emotional when you're on your period and have anger outbursts, because that is all your suppressed emotions that you have hidden for the whole month prior coming out. So it's literally a time of purging and really knowing who you are, because your inner divine goddess, your inner divine feminine will push itself out in extreme ways. And if you're getting cramps, if you're getting anger, if you're getting severe PMS, that is your inner self, that is your higher self screaming at you to look at your life. It is a powerful message, because you should not be going through that. when you're, you know, in line and at peace and in balance, and your physical body is taken care of, you shouldn't be getting severe PMS. That is, again, another myth that has been normalized in society, for women to be tricked into thinking, oh, periods are shit and it's normal. It's not normal. So, you know, periods are supposed to be really a sacred time. The ancient women would all sync together, and this is another reason, like, why women who live together normally sync up to have the same periods, because we'll naturally sync up to have our periods on the full moon or on the new moon. So we can go into, they used to go into red tents, and basically all the women would just come together, and it would be such a sacred time for them to just, reflect and to gain intuition, gain guidance, you know, become oracles. They would meditate in red tents together and do, you know, sacred rituals and ceremonies. You know, they had great respect for their cycles. And even with tampons and pads, you should not be using conventional tampons which are dipped in bleach, such as Tampax. You know, any sort of perfume or anything, that's chemicals going directly into your yoni, which is your vagina. You do not want to, that will just cause cancer, okay? Really, really, really bad, because it is directly sitting inside your body, getting absorbed, all the chemicals, and there are severely awful ingredients in Tampax and certain other tampons, etc., including bleach and including, I think, even weed killer in one of them. It's horrific. So find organic tampons, or use a yoni cup, a moon cup, a diva cup. I've got one in right now as I'm on my periods. Today is my last day, and they're great, really good, and they hold a lot of bloods. So, and it's, if you want to do spell work with your menstrual blood, it's a really good way to then collect the menstrual blood in the cup. Obviously you can't do that with a tampon or a pad, so I will be doing another video on menstrual blood, as it is super powerful to use in spell work, to use to manifest things, even to do love spells with, to spice up, you know, your relationship, etc. So I will be doing a video on that, but you do not want to be doing any sort of spell work if you're on the pill, because your period is like a fake. It's a fake period. The blood is different. It's not in tune to your higher self. It's not in tune to, it's not of a high vibration. It's synthetic. So it's really important to understand this. So I highly, highly advise, especially younger women, younger girls, do not go on the pill. It will destroy you. Check out medical medium, clean up your diet, have a healthy plant-based diet, low in fat. You know, heavy, high-fat diets are really bad for women long term. And you do not need high fats or high amounts of protein for that matter. And trust me, I work out in the gym and I keep my proteins low. It's a myth. Because heavy protein, heavy fats really, really do tax your liver eventually. It's just not needed. You are a water being, and the most important thing for you is foods high in water, to be hydrated, to keep things flowing in and out, in and out. You know, you do not want to be clogging yourself up with heavy foods and proteins and fats and all that, you know, plants or animal product wise. If you do have any health issues, sort it out through diet, sort it out through, you know, holistic methods. Stay away from cosmetics that are toxic as well, so such as underarm deodorant. You know, always look for organic, natural cosmetics. Remember, ladies, you need to keep it natural, keep it simple, be in tune to the earth, and don't allow men to pressure you either. Like, if you have a boyfriend who only wants you to be on the pill so he can ejaculate inside you without, you know, making a baby, then he needs to, you know, get the F out. He is a complete dick. Do not allow men to pressure you, to basically just use your body as a sex doll, you know, just for their pleasure. Because that's going to be at your expense. You know, don't allow their pleasure to be at your expense of your health. You know, why are you deteriorating and damaging your own body so someone else can use it just to get sexual pleasure? You know, it's so sick, it's so twisted. And this is why the pill was invented as a weapon against women, to keep them weak, to keep them suppressed, and also to use them as basically sex dolls. It's really that simple. The pill was created by men, not women. So ladies, get the F off it. It is toxic, it is destroying your body, it will make you lose your sex drive, it will make you get fat, it will give you cellulite, it destroys you. So just get off it. And, you know, tell the man to use a damn condom, okay? Because it should not be at your own expense. Have some self-respect, have some self-love, always have strict boundaries. And if your boyfriend don't like it, then he's not the one. He clearly doesn't care about you. If your man doesn't give a shit about your health, then he clearly doesn't love you. And he needs to get away, and you need to find yourself a real man who will be supportive of you and genuinely want the best for you. So that's all for today. Lots of love and light, my friends. Ahimsa.